Hey guys, this is Handcrafted by Jason Cooper. I've got a quick tip for you today, but before I show you what I'm going to talk about, go ahead and click subscribe below and get notifications about this channel, future videos, all that good stuff. Today I'm going to talk about the issue of different saw blades in your table saw. For example, dado blades, but it's easier, quite frankly, just to show you. Okay, so here's an example of what I'm talking about. I've got a stacked dado blade in my table saw. And one of the things that you'll notice once you get into woodworking, get a table saw and start experimenting is that the standard insert, blade insert, will not work with all blades. Now it'll work with a standard thin kerf blade for cross cutting and ripping, but when you start adding in like a stacked dado, well, all of a sudden, if you get a little wider, if you even get close to getting too wide for this slot, you need to look at something else as an option, because this will no way fit over this 3/4 inch wide stacked dado. So what you have to do is you have to either create your own inserts, or potentially you can buy some that fit your specific table saw, but it's much easier to just create your own. This is one that I created out of MDF. I simply used my existing insert as a pattern, and you can simply trace it out with pencil, cut it out with your table saw and bandsaw, and sand it up good, make it fit. Or you could use some, double-sided tape, stick these two together, use a flush trimming bit on your router, and cut one to fit exactly, except for this has got a little notch on the end that wouldn't quite make it through the template, but you could cut that off easily afterwards. But when you do that, you end up with a nice insert that you can make to fit any size or width of dado blade, for example, that you want. Now in this case, I had to also plane this for thickness, get it down just so it's just flush with the tabletop. But once you've done that, obviously you won't have that hole there initially. But what you do is you put your new insert in there. You'll lower your blade below, set the insert in flush, and then turn the table saw on and slowly raise that blade until it comes through. And you don't want to poke it through too much, because sometimes you only need to come up with the dado blades, not very far, maybe 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch or 3/8 of an inch, something like that, just to get it poked through. And then you can deal with, if you need to raise it later, you can always do that. But that's an easy way to create your own inserts for your table saw for differing width dados particularly. But that's not the only reason you might want to do it. You might want to do it also so you have a zero clearance insert, even for a regular saw blade. Because what can happen when you run, especially like laminated materials like plywood with veneers, is you can get some chip out on the back side of the blade where it's cutting down. And one of the ways to avoid that is to do the same thing we did here, but with your regular blade. Create a new insert, lower the blade down, and bring it up through, and then you'll have a single slit, just the width of the kerf coming through your insert. And when you do that, that helps minimize any kind of chip out as the blade turns through the wood on the bottom side, called a zero clearance insert. So there's a couple of reasons why you might want to make your own inserts. It's not hard, it's easy to do. Go ahead and give it a shot. Well, I hope that was helpful for you today. Don't forget, click subscribe here on YouTube. Visit my website at woodwork.cooperjason.com, and there you can sign up for my email newsletter as well. See you next time.